Okay, so you remember that time we tried to climb that mountain in the Catskills, and halfway up, we were sweating like crazy, questioning our sanity and why we ever thought hiking was a good idea. But then we reached the top, took in that view, and suddenly it all made sense. Do you remember the calm and peace we felt up there? Well, fast forward to adulthood and replace the mountain with my work, and that's me today. I took a day out of my usual hustle, and guess what? Instead of sitting in a toxic cycle of code and coffee, I spent the day roaming Central Park. It was surprisingly uplifting. I didn't solve quantum physics or develop a sentient AI, but it was as refreshing as a cold lemonade on a hot summer day. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't turned into a monk or anything. I'm just saying I discovered what I was missing all this while. A steady breath without thinking of lines of code or investor meetings. Just being a regular dude having a regular day felt like a surprisingly hard level unlocked. I think I'll try to make this a regular thing. Who knows, right? Maybe one quiet day in the park per week, away from the hustle. Might be a landmark day in neural nest history. Haha, the day the CEO decided to chill. Now, on a totally different tangent, the gang is up to something and you're going to love it. Maybe. Sam watched a meteor shower and started getting all nostalgic and gooey about our college days. You know, the usual stuff. And it suddenly occurred to Rachel that her birthday is coming up. And what does our competitive friend wish for her birthday? A virtual game night. You think she'll actually stand a chance this time? It's nice though, right? Even with all the adulting going on, at the core, we're still those same reckless kids. Feels good, to be honest. Oh, and Sam also wants to watch Interstellar after the game. I'm not completely sold on the idea, but Rachel insists it's a masterpiece. You think they're onto something good here? Or is it another one of their corny plans like the time we ended up watching Plan 9 from outer space? We'll only know when we see it, I guess. Okay, this message has gone long enough. Let's bring it in before it becomes a novel. I'm sure you've got more important things to listen to. Let's catch up soon. All right, so you got a taste of my Central Park escapade last time. Ready for a new adventure? Another day, another tale from glorious New York City. Today's chapter, my pal, is taking a tour of Seoul via Harlem. Yep, you heard that right. Harlem. I found this dope little spot in the heart of the city, a Korean-American fusion eatery. Imagine the tang of kimchi meeting the wholesomeness of a hearty burger. Sounds bonkers, I know, but trust me, it's like a match made in food heaven. Now, I am sure you are curious about the mastermind behind this madness. Meet Chef Ji-woo, the maestro of mixing flavors. That dude is one mean culinary whiz. Oh, and I told a few of the guys about it, and now they're all pretty stoked to check it out. Even Sam's got a kimchi appetite now, can you believe that? Boy's already planning his New York food trip. Rachel's no different. Guess my food discovery tips are a hit. But honestly, more than the food, it's a reminiscent trip down memory alley for me. Felt the warmth of home, the sizzling sounds, the intoxicating aroma, just the perfect recipe to reconnect with my Korean roots, don't you think? Actually makes me wonder why I never explored these multicultural corners of the city before. Was I obnoxiously frugal, too swayed by Silicon Valley, or maybe just oblivious? Either way, better late than never. I have to admit, it's been so long since I tasted the fusion of my two worlds. The East meets West kind of a thing. It's like being a kid in Korea and adult in America all over again, simultaneously. Quite the symphony of memories, wouldn't you say? Rediscovering the city is turning out to be a decently thrilling facet of adulting, my friend. Makes me wonder, we might be overlooking a ton of hidden treasures right under our noses. Or maybe I'm just becoming too philosophical in my old age. Nah, just kidding. Just the usual midweek existential thoughts, I guess. In other news, the BBQ and Go Club is waiting for its founding member, you, to get back. Imagining you wearing a traditional hanbok, overseeing the Korean BBQ, and then sitting down for a quiet game of Go makes for quite a picture, right? We don't have to stop at just food and games. We can all together explore the Korean pop culture, maybe even spruce up our hangul. You think we're capable? But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We still have the virtual game night and the interstellar watch to get through. So the much-anticipated Go night turned out to be a blast. Sam, the ever-competitive Sam, was on fire fighting to reclaim his title, while Rachel, our reigning champ, was no less. Not to brag or anything, but your boy here did give them some solid competition. It's funny how seriously we all take this game, but it's all in good fun. The camaraderie, the fierce banter, the strategy sessions, it's just brilliant. It's like we were transported back to the good old dorm days at Berkeley. I must say, Go is such a masterpiece. The simplicity of the rules, yet the depth of strategy required, it's just mind-blowing. It's like every game is a lesson in life, ain't it? It teaches patience, humility, strategic thinking, and acceptance of defeat. Not bad for a board game, right? You remember that time we took a beginner's course together? The look on our faces when our instructor explained it's not just about conquering territory, but also about maintaining liberties. It resonated with me on a level deeper than I ever imagined. Just like running a startup. It's not just meeting targets and getting investors. It's also about keeping the freedom to innovate, to make decisions, to take calculated risks. But let me cut short my existential board game philosophies. On another note, Rachel brought up a French hiking trip idea. Apparently the trails of the Pyrenees are in. How about you? Me, Sam and Rachel hit the French trails once this work frenzy settles down a bit, eh? Also, remember our mutual love for macarons? So, Rachel discovered a local patisserie. The macarons there are supposed to be out of this world. I feel that's a sweet piece of sin we deserve after we conquer the Pyrenees, don't you think? Speaking of food, how about a BBQ and Go club? Remember our brainchild. We can definitely give that a shot when you're back in town. The Korean BBQ, an engrossing game of Go, followed by a stroll down the multicultural lanes of New York. That sounds like a plan, don't you think?